Hello, my name is Brandon Ivey, Global Power with Shopping Sherlock, and I'm coming to you with the new e-commerce news, and it was bound to happen. I was wondering how long it would take for this to happen. This article was written March 10th, 2014. This was predicted in January 2014, and I expected this to happen around summertime, getting close to the fall when midterm elections are taking place in Congress. But it is actually happening now. The title of this on Fox News says, Save U.S. Jobs. Wait. Save U.S. Jobs. See, that implies like in the old days a company would fire people and send their jobs overseas, right? So the point is the job is still a job. It's just Americans aren't using the jobs anymore. That's not the case today. See, when a person loses a job today, it is not going overseas. There is no more job. So who are we saving the U.S. jobs from? Well, let me finish the title. Save U.S. Jobs. Level playing field between brick and mortar stores and online retailers. Okay, so now we know what the threat is. The threat to U.S. jobs is online retailers, and they want to level the playing field. Okay, let's read this. The old adage, if something's too good to be true, it probably is too often applies to bargain-based prices for retail goods online. An often ignored loophole in existing sales tax law is giving online retailers an unfair advantage over traditional brick-and-mortar stores, forcing thousands of local stores across the U.S. to close and tens of thousands of Americans to lose their jobs. Okay, first of all, the result is that is undeniable is that tens of thousands of Americans are losing their jobs. That's a fact. So now they're trying to figure out, why is this happening? Why is online shopping making this happen? Well, their assumption is that people are shopping online to avoid sales tax law. Now, I don't know if they're smoking or what. The average person has no idea or cares what the sales tax law is. That is not why they're shopping online. They're shopping online because it's more convenient. Even if the government does institute a sales tax on online retailers, that's not going to stop people from shopping online. I might have jumped the gun of saying that, but let's go ahead and finish reading this. Mom and pop retailers aren't the only businesses suffering from this trend. This trend. Not a fad. In recent weeks, major retailers have announced a rash of layoffs and store closings across the country. This means local governments will continue to lose tax revenue needed for services like police, fire departments, and public schools. Congress must act to stop the bleeding. What? What is Congress going to do? Congress must act to stop the bleeding, protect jobs, and ensure local tax revenues are paid. All Congress is looking at in this is not that they want to save jobs. They want to make sure that they're still going to get their tax. See, this is about creating a level playing field for all businesses, whether online or traditional brick and mortar stores. A scan of recent headline paints a dismal picture. Sears has shut down 300 stores since 2010 and is on track to close at least 33 more. Radio Shack is preparing to close 500 stores. Target has announced it will cut 475 jobs and won't fill 700 open positions. And Brookstone is contemplating bankruptcy. A recent Shopper Track report found brick-and-mortar retailer traffic in 2013 to be barely half of what it was in 2011. Barely half. While online holiday sales volume doubled in 2013. Online stores' unfair sales advantage is playing a huge part in this ongoing and troubling trend. No, it's not. That's what you want to point to, but no, it's not. Under current sales tax law, online retailers are not required to collect taxes on purchases made by people living outside the state, where the business has physical locations. See, here's what's going to happen. They're not going to have physical locations anymore. It's all going to be online. Their physical location address will be their home or a P.O. box. So physical location does not matter. Look at what the rest of the world is doing. Britain is leading the way right now, with people purchasing products in different countries and having it shipped out of the UK. Instead, in states that have sales taxes, customers are supposed to track all their income, all their online purchases, and pay a use tax when they file their taxes at the end of the year. Oh yeah, good luck with that one. Like, that's really going to happen, right? Most people don't even know about this law, so almost no one pays. In fact, fewer than 2% of consumers report and pay use taxes on their purchases from out-of-state internet retailers. People don't even know that it's an out-of-state retailer. They're just going on the internet. There's no way you can police this. This leaves consumers vulnerable to arbitrary enforcement by state and tax officials. So here's what's going to end up happening. The states and tax officials are going to start going after people. And people are going to be like, what are you going after me for? They go, oh, well, you made a purchase online somewhere else. You didn't pay taxes for it. So now they're going to go after their people. This is going to get ugly. It translates into an estimated 23 billion losses in revenue for states. So what this really about isn't about saving jobs. What this is really about is securing the tax base. That's what this is about. The innovation of online shopping has transformed the way we live our lives, and we all benefit from it, but even disruptive innovation has to be fair. Here's fair, and this is what the Republicans and Fox is good for: adapt to the change. Don't change laws to fit you. Adapt to the change. Isn't that what capitalism is all about? Somebody was smart enough to come up with a business model that's successful. So now what Fox is asking the government to come in and change it? No. Why don't you change your model so that you can be competitive and move it to online? Right? Consumers have made it clear they still appreciate the convenience and service of shopping in local stores, so it's important that online stores and Main Street stores be given a level playing field on which to compete. What consumers have they been talking to? I want to see proof of that one. Online stores have an unfair advantage because they don't have to charge their customers state sales tax. No. Online stores have an unfair advantage because people can buy from them without having to leave their home. That's what the reality is. Moreover, they're already paying less to maintain their businesses, as brick-and-mortar retailers have to pay for buildings, salespeople, and all the other costs of occupying a specific physical location. You know what? Next we're going to hear that jobs, corporate America is going to say, network marketing is unfair. It allows people to work from home and make more money than they would on a job. Government, you need to shut them down, do something. Oh, wait, they're already trying to do that. Internet retailers can be located anywhere and do not have all the costs associated with the physical presence in communities. Add a sales tax advantage of up to 10%, and the future of brick-and-mortar retailers and shopping centers is going to be very gloomy unless Congress intervenes to close the loophole. It doesn't matter. Congress can do nothing about this. No matter what they do, this trend is not going to reverse. Lawmakers are working to solve this problem, but it has been a long, slow process. And as a long, slow process as that's happening, e-commerce is exploding at breakneck pace. Last spring, the Senate passed the Bipartisan Marketplace Fairness Act, which would ensure that online retailers collect taxes on purchases made by customers who live in different states. But the bill has stalled in committee in the House. Now, as much lobbyists as brick-and-mortar companies have, don't you think that online retailers are going to start putting a lot of money in to have lobbyists go on down to Congress and do the same thing? It's going to be sitting there for a long time. Now, the House is considering proposals that will require internet retailers to use software programs similar to those used by national retailers with internet sites to determine, assess, and pass along consumer tax payments as part of the internet purchase. We need a solution that keeps the playing field level between brick-and-mortar stores and online retailers. You would think that this article would play out on CNN, not Fox. Allowing for fair competition. In short, House lawmakers need to take action in 2014 to protect American jobs and funding for local services. The situation in our country is critical, As stores close every day, Americans lose their jobs and communities go without the revenue needed for essential services. Americans value and support their local communities and will not punish their representatives who show the political courage to do what they know is right. This is bipartisan, fair, and sensible. We'll see about that. Real competition means everyone playing by the same rules. Wait. This is implying that brick and mortar stores are not allowed to sell online. See, this article would have merit if those people who own brick and mortar stores are prevented from creating an online portion to their business. That's not the case. They choose not to. So you cannot penalize the online retailers because the brick and mortar don't want to change. That's not capitalism. Real competition means everyone playing by the same rules. Yeah, get out of here with that. It is time for the House to act and change the unfair advantage given to internet sellers. Please. We'll see how long this lasts, but this was a very interesting article indeed. You can care less about Shopping Sherlock, but you're going to be impacted by this one way or another. My name is Brandon Ivey, Shopping Sherlock. Bye-bye.